it's just great. And as I said last year, it's kind of that cherry on the sundae at the end of the season. And those two women ran really well and bested what they did last year. And it's kind of indicative of what the whole year was about. Well, I think first and foremost, it's just a fabulous endorsement of the football program that Sean McDonald and Bill Bowes have built here over many, many years. And to say that they deserve it, meaning the football program's an understatement. The one thing that's been very interesting and fulfilling is every single person I've spoken to about the stadium has said it's about time. They deserve it. And I think we all feel really good about that. It's a bricks and mortar endorsement of a really, really fabulous football program. Second of all, and as important, is the fan experience. The fans have followed us. They have done a great job turning out and supporting the football program, albeit it may be the worst stadium in the nation, and with no amenities. And now they're going to go to one of the best stadiums. And I've said tongue-in-cheek from last to first, and it's going to be pretty close to that. I really do feel as though we had one of the worst facilities I've ever seen, and now with this stadium, it's going to be one of the best. And it's just going to be great for the fans. Everything about the stadium is about the fan, and I think we've made it very affordable for all types of people, whether it's the $99 season ticket, we're going to have a children's ticket for individual games, and then we have a really high-end experience in the Victory Club. So we're really excited about that. We're marketing it. We're very successful right now doing that, and we look forward to having 12 or 13,000 people for 5 home games. It's much better. I mean, and I think I'm a person that's hard to please, and we've been chasing this thing for a long time. My predecessors as athletic directors have been chasing it. Every time I go in there, I have to pinch myself. I really do. And I said that a lot lately, and we're really close to having the public see this. When the public gets in there and sees it, they'll know what I'm talking about. The sight lines are fabulous. The concourse, for example, is really wide and spacious, and it's open air concourse. So when you're there and you're at the concession stand, all you need to do is turn around and the action is right there. You go up to the upper areas, the Victory Club, and even the communications, the sports information and media areas are really first class. The coach's box, and Coach Mack doesn't like me saying this too much, but the coach's box is really spacious and high tech, and it's like a FBS stadium, and we're really, really pleased about that. They're frankly blown away. I mean, I had a couple of the trustees through a couple weeks ago, and of course we had to go through all of the process of having the trustees approve it, and I had met with the trustees with Mark Huddleston a number of times. They wanted pro forma, they wanted to know the financials, they did want to know the design, but when they went through, they just said, oh my gosh, we had no idea it was going to be this nice. And one trustee looked at me and said, Marty, this is a real gem for the state of New Hampshire. And that's what's really gratifying, that we did good, as they say. We built this, we did it on budget. I mean, the other thing that's really, really neat is it was a $25 million hard cap on this stadium. I mean, as you know, a lot of these facilities start and they don't finish on budget, and they have that creep with the budget. It was a hard cap of $25 million being New Hampshire, but I think we got a facility that looks more like it's $40 million as opposed to $25 million. That's what we're trying to do. I mean, today it isn't just about wins and losses, although that's really important. It's about the fan experience. I mean, we hired John Danos. He's been doing a great job. He's come in here, turned our marketing upside down. He's turned our approach to ticket sales upside down. We're going to start engaging our hockey fans in a very, very different way. It was imperative that we got that video board in Whittemore Center, which we still consider one of the very best facilities in college hockey. But it needed a center-hung video board, and we saw last year, the first year out, what an impact that made, and it's just going to keep getting better as we build content and do different things. So obviously we wanted to do that in the stadium, and the other thing is that they are both really state-of-the-art, high-def boards, and of course we're building out all our production capabilities, which is daunting, but we're going to do this the right way, and we feel really good about that. I think what's happened is we have staged ourselves for another great year coming up. I'm always the eternal optimist, but you try to be analytical when you look at what the teams are returning, you look at what they've done. I mean, if you start with our soccer programs, for example, I mean, Mark Hubbard came in. I remember last year talking about Mark Hubbard coming in and what a fabulous coach he is. He had them in first place at the end of the season with a team that obviously he inherited. And it was just unfortunate at the end of the year, he loses his last game and all the tiebreakers. I had never seen this. I think 6 tiebreakers went against them. And they got sent to UMBC for the first round of the playoffs, which UMBC has been the best program in this league for a long time. But Mark has done a great job recruiting, and I think that they're staged for a really special year, and I see them competing for the championship. Steve Wellham has done a great job. He has built his program the last 3 years to this August when he has 12 freshmen coming in, all of them very highly touted, and there's going to be a significant jump, I think, in women's soccer as well. Hopefully get back to that tournament. You know, cross country, what can you say about Coach Hopp and Coach B and Casey? I mean, they continue to turn out great cross country and track athletes. So I think, again, we're going to be competing on the women's side again, and the men are close. The men are in the top 3 programs in cross country. Robin Balducci, a little bit off the last year or so, but I know she's recruited some kids that are coming in this year to make a difference, and I see field hockey being right back at it where we want them to be and where they should be.